Hi everybody, I'm Paddy Hunter-Murphy and this is the Senior Pickleball Tips Podcast, where we discuss everything pickleball as it relates to us seniors. Oh, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on the podcast again. It's great to have you here, and I very much hope you become a regular listener. I was at the English Open last week. I played in the 65 plus men's doubles, and I played in the 60 plus mixed doubles because my partner was less than 65, so I went down an age group. And I also played in the 65 plus singles 3.5 level. In fact, all of them were at the 3.5 level. Now, I want to talk to you today about the road to the final in my singles. It really was a very special day, but before I talk about that, let me just say that Karen Mitchell and her whole team at Pickleball England ran the most superb event, which was the English Open last week, held at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, UK. And this was billed as the largest indoor tournament in the world, with 3,500 participants, which is absolutely incredible, from 53 countries. And I would say that it is, I think, also the largest tournament outside of the USA. So we're getting our act together here in the UK, and Pickleball England are an amazing organisation, and what an incredible tournament it was. I mean, to be playing on courts where next door there could be a top 10 world player playing in the next door court. It was phenomenal. And I would please say to you listeners, if you get a chance, come to the English Open. It is friendly, it's welcoming, it's great fun, lots of stuff going on, and I would love to see you there next year in 2027, or indeed the year after that in 2028. So please come along. We'll arrange some meetings of the Senior Pickleball Academy and friends, and let's do it. I think that would be absolutely marvellous. Now, let me move on to my road to the final in the singles. I think singles is probably my best event. I think I'm probably a bit better on the singles than I am the doubles. Having said that, my reset shot is coming together. And I remember one very wise pickleball player saying to me, Paddy, to get to 4.0 in doubles, you need a good reset shot. And that is what I am trying to do. But let's just get back to the singles. So I arrived on the Friday. I must admit I had a little bit of a groin strain. I didn't tell any of my opponents. If any of you are listening, you will know that I had a little bit of a groin strain. And I just thought, look, Paddy, take it easy. You're an old fella. You know, you got to be careful. Having said that, before the tournament, I actually did go on a diet. And about 5 to 6 weeks before the tournament, I started this diet. And I am absolutely chuffed to say I lost just under a stone before the tournament. So I arrived at the tournament a lot lighter than the year before, and I felt much better about myself, I must admit. But I did have this niggly groin strain. Now, all of you listeners in the United States and Canada, you have no idea what the word niggly means. It basically means it's an annoying injury. It's not super hurtful, but it's just annoying and it's always there. So I had this niggly groin strain. But anyway, I first played a chap called Paul. That was my first game. We had 2 leagues of 6 players, and then the top 2 of each league goes into the semi-finals. Now, I was lucky because two gentlemen did actually pull out of the singles beforehand. So I only had to play 4 people, basically, before I could potentially qualify for the semi-finals. So I was lucky with my groin strain niggle. I was quite pleased about that. But I got to admit, I said to my partner, I said to her, look, if I arrive at the tournament and, it's really horrendous, of course I'm going to stop. I'm not going to kill myself. So people, please take note of that. Listen to your bodies. Don't overdo it. I felt I was okay. So anyway, the first game I was playing a gentleman called Paul. Now, I did win this first game 11-5. However, you've got to know, I went ahead pretty quickly. I think I got about 4, 5, maybe even 6 points in a row to 0, something like that. But at no time do I ever take it for granted that I'm going to win a game. Ever. Never, never, never. I am focused as I can possibly be. Even at 10-0, if I reach that point, I'm focused. I do my serve routine. I do my return routine. I take my time. I do my breathing. So although I beat Paul 11-5, I never took anything for granted. Paul played well, but I suppose maybe I just surprised him with some quick points. And the same sort of happened with a chap called John. I had played John the year before, lovely gentleman, and I too beat him at the same score, 11-5. And again, I did not walk off at any point thinking, oh, well, I got that, no problem, have a bit of a swagger, everything's fine, all going according to plan. I never did that because I'm thinking, look, anything can happen in this game. Anything can happen in pickleball. We've all been there where, I don't know, we've been ahead, maybe 9-1, and you lose 6 or 7 points in a row, and suddenly, it's on. The business end of the game starts, and you get scared, and sometimes you may still win the game, sometimes you will lose it, and it happens the other way, where you are down and you come. Look, never, ever assume anything. So I never did, even though I won the first 2 games to 11-5. And then I played a chap called Alistair, and again I went ahead pretty quickly. I just played my own game, kept the ball in play, came to the net, finished things off when I could. I just feel the main shot in singles is really the return of serve. Honestly, you've got to get that return of serve long and deep. It's as simple as that. And if you do, you're in for a chance. And I managed to do that against Alistair, and I beat him 11-4. Please don't think that I just charged through it like a rhino and everything was fine. Again, I was focused. I took my time between the points. I did it my way, and that's important. And then the last game in the league that I was playing in was a lovely gentleman called Tony from America. And my word, he was a good player, really good player. And maybe even though I've just been going on and on and on about not being complacent, maybe my subconscious was a bit complacent, I'll be honest with you. And I stepped on court with Tony, and maybe I was thinking, look, I'm definitely through to the semi-final. So I was thinking ahead, which you try not to. And maybe I was a little bit complacent. And anyway, I think I got the first couple of points, but then Tony went on a run. I think he got about 3 or 4 points in a row, then another run. And boy, I was in trouble. And I was thinking, oh my word, what am I going to do? And I was 8-3 down. And I knew I was in trouble. I knew, I suppose, that I was in the semi-final because I'd won all my other games. And if I lost one game, I was definitely through one way or another. But I know how these things work. And I thought, if I can win the league, the group, then my opponent in the semi-final surely would be the second placed person in the other league. So 8-3 down, I changed my mental tactic. And I said to myself, Paddy, 2 more points. Paddy, 2 more points. And I got another 2 points. And then I said, Paddy, 2 more points. Just 2 more points. Don't think about anything else, just 2 more points. And I got another 2 more points. And I kept doing that. And I started getting the points back. And I can't remember where the score got to, maybe 7-8, something like that. I think Tony got another point, take it to 9. And I just kept on saying to myself, well, that's working, that sort of 2 more points mental strategy. So I'll keep with that. And I just kept on saying, okay, 2 more points, 2 more points. And as fate would have it, it came to 10-10. 1 more point to win. It wasn't a game that was won by 2 points, won by 1 point, and I knew this. 10-10, and I just didn't try to think too much. I thought, play steady. I thought to myself, well, Tony is probably more nervous than me because he was 8-3 up and I've chewed away at it, and he's got more to lose. So I just stood firm, and I was lucky enough to get that point and win the blooming thing 11-10. But Tony, what a great guy, what a great competitor. Thank you for that great game. So I got through to the semi-final. Now listen, we're just going to take a minute break. I'll tell you what happened in the semi-final and the final, which sort of gives it away a little bit. And let's take a minute break, and I'll be back soon.
Quick message. We've just launched something completely free for senior pickleball players. As many of you know, my brother Terry and I run the Senior Pickleball Tips Facebook group, now with over 140,000 members from 63 countries. I know, it's crazy. And we are in the process of building the new Senior Pickleball Academy. Inside, you'll learn in different ways. You can watch coaching videos, listen to podcasts, try the drills, and join live group webinars. We're also creating 4 levels: new beginners, advanced beginners, low intermediates, and high intermediates, each with its own content, so you can improve step by step. And the best part, it's free to join. Just click the link in the show notes and let's build the world's best senior pickleball community together. Okay, now let's get back to the podcast.
Okay, welcome back. So I'm in the semi-final and I play a lovely gentleman whom I met last year. Funnily enough, before the semi-final, we were sitting together, chatting away. Lovely chap called Paul Adams. He won't mind me telling you who he is. And we hit it off really well, and we've become very good friends. And I go into the semi-final, and again, I must admit, I was a bit nervous. My groin strain was starting to twinge a little bit, and I was sitting down in my festival chair. I always bring a couple of festival chairs to these tournaments. I was always sitting down, wasn't walking around, trying to take the strain off my groin and trying to not let Paul know that I had a groin strain because I was going to be playing him. So we go into the semi-final. It was on a very different court to where we were playing the leagues, a bit closer to the show courts. And I was very lucky because I had some friends from Red Hill Pickleball Club who arrived just in time to watch. And also I had my very good friend Will, who's American from my pickleball club, and he kind of acted as my coach. And it was really good to have someone on the sidelines, not necessarily giving me lots and lots of advice, but just looking at me, giving me the little fist bump, nodding. Things like that really help. If you've got a good friend to help you in that way, that can be very, very advantageous. So I go into this semi-final with Paul. I'm not taking anything for granted, but I kind of thought I'm gonna beat Paul, and I shouldn't have thought that. I really should not, because I beat him last year and everything should be fine. And I had that in my subconscious, and I was trying to push it out of my subconscious. But Paul played a very strong game, and we were pretty equal up to about 6-7, 7-all, something like that. All I did was try to play my game. Will, my coach, was saying, you know, trust your game, trust your backhand, just play. He used to say, play your tennis. And as we know, singles is a lot like mini tennis, not a lot of soft game. So that's what I did. Will encouraged me and helped me along. And this was a game to 15, one game to 15 in the semi-final. I stood firm. I inched ahead. I didn't make any assumptions. Paul played extremely well. I was very nervous. I was ready to lose it, but I managed to inch ahead and I got it 15-10. And I'll be honest with you, I shook hands with Paul, gave him a hug, and to my friends, I was just saying, I've won a medal. I've got a medal. Because obviously, if you get into the final, you've won a silver, which I was absolutely thrilled with. Especially, I'll be honest with you, my groin strain was starting to kind of get a little more painful, but the adrenaline had kicked in. I was fine. So I sat in my seat waiting for my final, which was on a court just next to the one I just played on, but we had to wait. And I met my finalist, a guy called Bruce. What a great guy he was, but I was trying to focus. I didn't want to chat too much. I didn't want to become his mate. And he understood that. I think he was the same. I was sitting down in my chair, hoping I wouldn't give away to Bruce that I was slightly injured, and waiting for the final. It was so great to have my 4 or 5 friends from my pickleball club and to have Will there, who sort of coaching me. And I just waited, went to the loo a couple of times. I think I ate a energy bar, something like that, and I was pretty nervous, but absolutely delighted that I had a medal. And you know what, that was kind of in my heart as I stepped on the court to play the final. Now, I'm just going to take a little break here, an extra little break, just to say, before we talk about this final, that Senior Pickleball Academy has partnered up with Friday Paddles and Equipment, based in America, but now there is a registered Friday UK distributor. Great guy called Dan and his mate, who call themselves the Pickle Brothers. Great guys. I met up with Dan and we solidified our partnership. So you need to know Senior Pickleball Academy and Friday are now partners, brothers in arms. I just thought I'd get that in before we talk about the final. So I'm looking at Bruce and he's looking at me, and one of us is going to win the gold. It was a referee, which is good. I like a referee. I get a bit muddled up with the scoring sometimes. And so to have a referee, I don't have to worry about the scoring. So we started best of 3 games, 11, win by 2. And I was pretty pumped up. My groin strain was coming in a little bit more, I must admit, but that's no excuse. The adrenaline was pumping. I was pumped. I had Will there, had my friends there cheering me on, and I put my head down. I played usual way that I play. I took my time between points. I actually went up to the referee before the game and I said, look, ref, I take my time between points. If you need me to hurry up a little bit, please let me know, because I think it's always good to befriend the referee. Don't make an enemy of the referee. So I was taking my time. I had my head down. I was focused. I was fist bumping a little bit, and I managed to get 3-love up, then 4-love, then 6-love, then 7-love. I did not think about anything other than getting the next point. And goodness gracious me, I win the first game 11-0. You know what? I didn't even know that I had won it 11-0 until I think the day after, when someone related to me the score. I just knew I'd won the first game. So that was always in my mind. I didn't think, hey, I've pickled him, ha ha ha, here we go, onwards and upwards. I did not have that in my mind. I was just focused on the next game. Obviously, we changed ends. Will came over. He said, look, just continue as you are. Don't change anything, keep going. And in that second game, I think I won the first 2 points. I was starting to feel a bit confident, and maybe that was my downfall. My groin was niggling a little bit, but that's not a reason, that's not an excuse, but it was just kind of in my mind. And Bruce came back. He played a pretty different game. He hit it long and he came in quick, and he was putting away his volleys, and honestly, that spooked me a little bit. In fact, it spooked me a lot. His returns were good. He was hitting them long. He was coming in. He was volleying them away. I didn't know how to counter. I took a timeout because you allowed timeouts in semi-finals and finals. So I took a timeout, spoke to Will. What do I do? And he said, try a couple of maybe short ones, a few drops, bring him in, give him something different to look at, which I thought was very good advice. My drop shot is not brilliant. I did won a couple of points on them. That helped my confidence. But Bruce played so well. Honestly, his return was so deep. And in a way, because his returns were deep and he was starting to win points, I think I started to freeze a little bit on my serve. And that was, I think, a mistake. I think I should have gone for my serve a little more. I mean, I was going down, the score was around about 8-3, something like that. I felt I was going down. And maybe what I should have done then is got the range on my serve, if that makes sense. I do have a power serve, so I should have tried that a little more, but I kept consistent. And I think, you know what, at that point in the set, 8-3 down, I think I should have changed completely and gone for it a little more. But Bruce played solidly. He won the second set 11-4. And I was pretty disappointed. Spoke to Will. I could see Bruce was sort of pretty pumped. I took my time. I knew, obviously, I was still in the game. But honestly, I'd lost my mojo. And I don't know why it is. I'm not going to blame it on the groin strain. I think it was in the back of my mind, but the actual pain wasn't making a difference. But maybe knowing I had a groin strain was niggling me in my brain a little bit. But Bruce played really well. I started the third set, and interestingly, in the third set, you change at 6 points. The first one to reach 6, you change. And I started playing really well. I think I went about 4-0 up. And I thought, okay, this is good. Keep your head down, play your game. And again, I think I started to relax a little bit. You know, I was about 4-love up, thinking just keep it going. Bruce fought back. I think it was round about, I think I was about maybe 6-4 possibly when we changed, and I was ahead. We changed and I was getting nervous, and it was at that point, on reflection, I should have taken a few more risks. I shouldn't have just said keep it going, because Bruce started taking the risks. He kept on hitting it deep, really good deep shots into my backhand. I could just about get them back if I could get them back, and he was there to put it away at the kitchen line. And that kind of spooked me a bit, and I'd lost my mojo. I took a timeout again. What was the score at the timeout? It was probably around about 6-7 to Bruce, 6-7, 6-8 to Bruce. I was down a little bit, and Will quite rightly said, look, I think you got to go for it. Go for the sidelines, just go hell for leather, take a few risks. And he was right. But, you know, I think I made that decision a bit too late. And I think by that time, I'd kind of lost my mojo in the middle of that second game. And I never really recovered that mojo. Bruce played really well. He was hitting long into my backhand. He hit about 2 or 3 into my backhand. I could barely get them back because they were so deep and so long. He put them away, or I didn't get them back. And he won it 11-7. And what a whoop of delight from him. I mean, it was so funny because I looked over and I was so happy for him. Honestly, I'm not saying that. I thought, wow, how great for him. And obviously I went over, gave him a big hug, congratulated him. I said, man, you played so well. And I went to my friends and to Will, and I said, look, I got a silver medal. I'm absolutely overjoyed and over the moon. So that was my road to the final. That was my final. There were a few lessons to be learnt there, and I would urge you to look at something on this podcast called the Scoreboard IQ. And this is about, dependent on what the score is, whether you're playing doubles or singles, how you ought to change your tactics a bit more. I had recorded that podcast before playing this singles tournament, so I should have listened to myself. And I think the main thing I learned there is I should have reacted quicker. Things happen so blooming fast on a pickleball court, especially in singles. If you start going down badly, you have to react quicker. You have to change, maybe take a few risks, and that's what I should have done halfway through the second set rather than wait until halfway through the final set. But many congratulations to Bruce Rigg. He was a phenomenal player, a great competitor, and I just think, I mean, I pickled him in the first set and he beat me 11-4, 11-7, and I think that's the mark of a really, really great pickleball player. So Bruce, many congratulations, enjoy that gold medal, and I am very, very pleased for you and very pleased to get my silver. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, my road to the singles final at the EO in 2026. Hope you've learned a few lessons. I certainly have. So for now, keep playing safely, and enjoy your pickleball. Bye for now.
Hopefully, you don't want to miss an episode. So please find us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, or Amazon. Actually, you could even just ask Alexa. But also remember, we've got the Facebook group that is now running at over 150,000 members, and we have the new Senior Pickleball Academy, which is free. So please find the link in the show notes and join. And we really look forward to seeing you there. Okay, you take care. Bye for now.